I've been on No Sleep for a while now, and I really enjoy the stories that are on here. I may be a bit of a horror buff. Podcasts, stories, movies, comics, you name it, I know of it. I've been slightly envious of most of the writers here on No Sleep. Not only can they narrate a story well, but they've had these crazy experiences. Their life was made extraordinary by these experiences. I was pretty freaking envious. I had a boring life. I'm a college student. My life was limited to eat, study, browse the web, sleep, repeat. I didn't like the people I was friends with, but they were useful, and I used to have a boyfriend. But I'll come back to that later. Anyway, I decided to do something about it. About my mundane life, that is. I joined with the black space. Well, it's not like I had a choice, but I'm glad I did it regardless. I think. I wish they gave me a sweater, though. I'm sure most of you on here are aware of what the black space is, or have at least heard about it. For those who don't, well, I created this account just to tell you guys about them. Do you know the feeling when you're up late at night and every room but yours is dark, and you feel like if you stepped out of your room into the dark, you could get swallowed up to someplace else? It's like that, but safer, colder, like being in a womb. I remember the first time that the black space came. It was raining that night, raining so heavily that our area had a power outage. It was around 9 and I was crouched near my window, scrolling through Twitter on my phone. My parents were in the living room speaking about a dying grandaunt or something. I didn't care much for the topic, so I sat by my window listening to the big fat raindrops against the glass, waiting for the light to come back on. Suddenly, I was gone, or everything else was gone. I was in a pitch black space, unable to get up or move much. I could move my hands that were still holding my phone, and I could move my neck, but I couldn't get up, and I could still hear the rain. The big fat raindrops against glass? But the rain sounded different. It had a rhythm to it, almost like the rhythm of a marching band, and I couldn't see anything. You'd think that once your eyes adjust to the dark, you would be able to see outlines of people or objects, but all I could see was a never-ending black. Now, I am scared of the dark, but in there I was calm. I felt safe, cushioned almost. But some part of me knew that this wasn't normal. Heck, I should have been freaking out. So I did the only thing I could do. I unlocked my phone. Oddly enough, there was nothing weird about my phone. It even had a data connection. So I tried calling my parents, but the call wouldn't go through. I tried calling every other person on my contacts list. It didn't take me long, and it wouldn't connect to anybody. I sat in silence for a while, wondering what I could do, but also really not worried about where I was. I could feel that my feet were on a flat wooden surface and couldn't feel anything else around me. There was even a pleasant, chilly breeze that drifted past me every once in a while. As I sat there wondering if I could roll my body around and explore the space, I got a WhatsApp message from P, my then boyfriend. There isn't much you need to know about P, besides the fact that he was annoying and he isn't my boyfriend anymore. Hey, light back on yet? I remember feeling vaguely threatened by his text. How was he able to get through to me when I couldn't get through to anyone? And was he mocking me? Here I was in the dark, unable to see where the fuck I was, and he was asking me if the lights were back on? Surely, this was a trap. I knew it was a trap. I asked him who or what he was and what he wanted. If you're trying to prank me, I'm really not in the mood. It did sound like it was him, but I wasn't really sure, so I asked him a question only he would know. What, you'd name your future cat? Meep, right? Why are you asking me this? I still didn't trust him. But since I couldn't seem to do anything else but text, I decided to tell him my condition. Okay, I'm confused. So, you're saying you vanished and you're not at home, and it's dark around you? What? It was useless. I thought maybe he could make me understand what was happening since he seemed to be chosen to do so. He seemed as useless here as he did back in the real world. He could never fucking get anything right. I don't know why I even started dating him in the first place. It's not like he was especially interesting or smarter. Okay, how about you take a picture with a flash on and send it to me? Maybe we'll be able to figure out where you are. Smart idea. This definitely wasn't the P that I knew. But I was curious, and so put on the camera app, turned on the flash, focused on the seemingly unending darkness, and took a picture. The flash was almost blinding, even when it was turned away from me. But what I saw when the flash went off will forever be burned into my memory. I saw hands. Hands knitted to each other. Pink, brown, white hands. Hands entwined with each other, caressing each other. These hands reached up in an arc above my head and behind me, like a net, swaying to the unexplained breeze, swaying to the sound of rain, without making a sound. All this happened in an instant. The next second I was back, on my bed, heaving. My parents were now talking about my aunt's miscarriage, and the light was still out, and the rain still pouring. I turned to my phone to see the image I clicked. It doesn't exist, but the text to P? They remained. The lights would come back on an hour later, and we would eat what was in the fridge for dinner. I would never be able to talk to P or see him again, but that was okay. I had something new in my life now, exciting, taken away once a week. My back hurts. I type this now from the black space. It's cold, but exciting. Can they delete you too? Join me